Hey everyone, I'm pretty sure we're live today at the minute. I can see Stefan, I can see John, Miss Quiet, how you doing? Raptor7, Maddie, how you doing? Pickstar, how are you, my friend? Not chatted to you for a while. Just looking at some of the comments here. Wow, some of you have been quite chatty already. Um, Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, please do go and watch some of the patch stack videos that Paul's put on his channel. I have to say, I'm in one of these weird moods today because I wanted to come on this live chat feeling really positive and excited and happy. And I'm a bit like this at the moment. I'm a bit like up and down in my mood. I hope you saw the video that we put out today, which was about the Apple iOS 17 page where you've got like a container, a compartment, and you hit the plus sign, and the plus sign rotates. I think it rotates that way. The plus sign rotates, and further details appear on the screen, which you now can do with, well, basically WordPress, right? I've done it in Elementor. You could use it in Bricks and other solutions as well. You just got to change the syntax a little bit. In fact, you don't even have to change the syntax. You just have to change your IDs for your icon and your containers. But if you watch the video, it will make sense, totally makes sense. And I hope you enjoy it because it is, I think, an eye opener as to how you can do some funky stuff. And what I really love is how the icon rotates. So it goes from a plus sign and goes into a cross. Like, let me get my angles right. So we go from a plus sign to an X. And I love how it does that. And I'm really proud of that because on Friday, I'm going to release a video that's going to show you the prompts I went through to get it to work. Because I started off with a basic prompt and then I got ChatGPT to evolve it. And I did some stuff that's not in ChatGPT that I can't show you because it was just me thinking out the box with how do I do the styling and how do I, tinker with it a bit, especially the rotate bit. But the bulk of it in terms of the icon and container is there. Now I am working on refining that code as we speak. Well, I've stopped doing it right now because we're live. Okay. But I am tweaking it a bit because I want to do something even more mind blowing, even more different. Because what I've shown you here is just for the compartment container. I want to use a similar bit of code to do something else, which some of you have asked for, not only on the live chat, but also in comments. And that's all I'm going to say because I just need to crack the code. And if oh God, I got some stuff on my top. I just need to crack. I think my top's quite messy actually. So what I did want to say though is I've come to this really important realization that I am really fed up of meetings that have no major benefit to anyone but other people. I've come to this decision now that unless I'm being paid for a one-to-one consultation, or I know that meeting is like a precursor to an amazing collaboration. Look, by the way, if I have a meeting privately with some of the other influencers like Paul and others, that's separate, that's different. If I have a meeting from people that are in my inner circles, like I chat to Mark and Artie a lot, I chat to lots of people, etc. Oh, by the way, Paul, I'm not on EV Mux. I'm not on, I can't do a multi-live chat today, Paul. At this point, Paul may jump away now, but I can't do. There's no multi-live chat today. I'm just going. I've got to sort something out also with EV Mux and whatever. But I'm not on multi-live chat today. Hey, Dave. So when I'm having chats with people, my inner circle, my groups, and all of that, and people I like chatting with, that's different. But I've now decided that when a stranger or a company or developer or someone wants to have a meeting with me, and we go and block off half an hour or an hour, I am now going to just basically not engage. I'm not going to go for it because I've now decided I keep giving away hours and half an hours of my time, and it's a pain in the ass because usually the people I'm speaking to gain a lot from me. I saw that comment, by the way, Raptor. And if Paul does go live, I cannot blame anyone if they do jump ship. I hope they don't. But if you do jump, then you jump. But and I won't be complaining because Paul's live chats are always really, really good. Um, so I give away a lot of time, and they're gaining from it because they want to know more about maybe YouTube, or they want to know more about recording, or I'm giving them ideas for how to promote their business better or their plugin. And I go, have you thought about that? Have you thought about this? And I've now realized I'm giving away my time. I'm giving away my time for free. And I feel like I think some of us do that already enough as it is, like YouTube videos, the live chats, the Facebook groups, whether it's the Web Squadron, the Elemental, Bricks Builder, WP Tuts, loads of groups out there. So I've come to this like realization now that unless I'm meeting up with a company where I know it's a precursor to something that is almost guaranteed, I don't want to know anymore, because I just feel like, where am I going with this? I have got shitloads of stuff to do. Okay, shitloads. I have got videos I want to record. Imran, you're always recording videos. That's what someone said to me, literally in a comment on YouTube. And I was like, well, yeah, because I make time. But I've got videos to record. I've got client work to do. I have, for no good reason, decided to spend 2 hours today investigating my code and how to take it a step further to do something amazing. But I've got to play with the code, and I'm going back and forth and tweaking, and it's, trying to get it to do what I want. There's all that time. Of course, I've got to create further course material, the WooCommerce module and lessons. That's a load of lessons. Believe me, a load of lessons, all right? Got to do all that. Then create the templates and make them available. So when you start to add all of this up, right? And someone goes, hey, let's have a meeting for an hour. Unless that's going to lead to something that's going to benefit me with some form of return of investment, why am I doing it? Why do we do it? Now, we all have a lot of potential clients, and we often have meetings, but like I've said, you want to keep those meetings to as slim and small, lean and mean as possible. We did a video on this not long ago. You want to get to the point where you tell them a bit. But if they really want to get in your head, if they really want to understand more about how you're going to help them and the exact breakdown of all the costings and the facilities and the methods and what you're going to use and how you're going to do it, they've got to pay for that. It's your time, right? How many times are you going to spend 2 hours on doing a proposal that goes nowhere, right? There's going to be, I remember a time when I might have been sending out maybe 10 proposals a week, right? Because either I think they're interested or they approached us, and you're writing out your type, you're tinkering with the wording and whatever, and none of them come to anything. It happens. We've all been there. 10 proposals this week, nothing. And you spent like, what, half an hour? Even half an hour per proposal, that's 5 hours. An hour, that's 10. Maybe you went and did a bit of research and wanted to tell them about their keywords and here's what your website looks like now and here's what it could be. How much time did you spend? So I am very much like, hey Pickstar, I am very much like, gotta nip it in the bud and bring it down. So Dave, the reason why I haven't done an Elemental 3.2 video 20 is mainly because, if I'm honest, there was nothing majorly exciting about it, and Paul's kind of answered it. Paul did a video. I didn't. The only big thing was the display condition, which we already had in 3.19. The extra bit was the OR, but other than that, I felt a bit like it was more like a 3.195, if I'm honest. It felt more like a half release. Not what I would really, not. I don't like it when you have a whole number, it's got to give me something new. And other than that orbit that was added in, Paul, you've looked at it, right? I haven't really looked at it in depth, but does it cover custom fields? I don't think it does it? If you're on here, Paul, still, let me know, but I don't know if it covers custom fields. So other than that, it wasn't, it wasn't groundbreaking enough for me to go and go, yep, going to do a video. Also, have you seen the videos I've done this week, Dave? Hey, Dave, have you seen the videos? Bento on Monday. Then we did a bit of code to show and hide some containers with an icon. Super cool. Then we did one today with the Apple iOS 17 rotate icon. Man, if you've not seen it, you gotta watch it. I feel like that is one of my most videos. I love it. I love that I got there to working out a way to do it. Tomorrow's video is now uses everything I've shown you. We go back to the bento layout I did on Monday and we revisit it with some extra bits. So there's all of that. And then Friday, I'm going to tell you about how I did the prompt. And then I got a couple of crackers next week where we go even further with the code. One of them's already edited and I need to just schedule, upload it. Another one, I'm still working out what I'm going to do. But if I can get that cracked, boom, it'll be a bumper 8-9 days worth of content. Yes, what Raptor says there, it's unfortunate, isn't it, when you put together proposals, right? The amount of time you lose, and people always say, don't look at it like lost time. I go, yeah, it is lost time. Let me just check some of the content. They do include dynamic tags. Right, cool. I haven't watched a video, by the way. I saw it. I noticed you were doing display condition. I'll have to watch it now, Paul. So for everyone who's watching right now, please go and watch Paul's video, the latest one about 3.2 if you're using Elementor, or 3.20, or 3.20, 3.20. And then, of course, go and watch my video that I put out today, which replicates a feature you have in Apple with the X. You reveal more. And it's the same icon as well. Right, okay. Screen's in the back. No. The reason why the screen's off, John, right? No, Paul. The reason the screen is off, because my plug, I had to unplug it because I had to use that extension cable in a different room. And I've got another one, which, hold on, let me get it. Just move my hot water bottle out the way. Ugh. Right, here we go. So this is a new one. I have not plugged it in yet. It is surge protected. So, you got the surge. Whoops, sorry. That's a bit... I just realised my light's a bit bright, isn't it? Let me just dim this down a bit. Let me dim down the light. God, it takes ages to dim this down. Right, here you go. So it's got 3, 6, 9, 12 plugs, right? 12 plugs. And I've also got some USB ports as well because of one of the lights, does need that as well. I just need to connect it all up behind me. At the moment, behind me here, I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 plugs in use, but to have some extra ones back there will be quite nice, I think, Midgie. So, Amazon thingy-midgie, 12 plugs. And it is surge protected as well. So, quite nice. It's on the floor. But I've got to connect it all up. So, it's not connected. That's why the lights are off. But yeah. But I will be onto it. Dave says I saw the 3 videos. Now I ended that all 3. Yeah, Dave, exactly. Thursday, I revisit the Monday layout and I rejig it a bit. And then on Friday, I'm gonna show you on screen the ChatGPT actual screen and what was my logic with generating that particular bit of code. Not because I'm defending the code, but I'm just some people have said, oh, where do I start and all of that. So I just want to go through a bit of a lesson on how much that is. Well, Paul, sorry, I'm late on reading the comments. Yeah, Paul, it's just that actually came about 8 days ago. I still haven't. I need to connect it. I unplugged to use the cable for my son's bit. It was for where his computer is and all of that. And I needed an extra cable. And I didn't want to use a double socket. So now let me just use that. I need to plug that in and pop everything in to. You wouldn't trust a Raptor. It's really good. Raptor. It is. It's got good reviews, and I double checked it, and it is surge protected. All right. So yeah. Um, I actually check my power usage every 30 minutes. I've got solar panels and I'm always checking. When I sometimes say, "Who just put the dishwasher on?" Because I see a surge and I go, "Who's turned the kettle on?" Because there's a surge. And who's what's going on here? Why is there a surge at like 2 a.m. in the morning? What happens? You go, there's a surge of power, like usage, and you go, where's this coming from? Um, But yes, so I am going to try and literally cut back on how many meetings I have. But like I said, I hope you like the video. We've got more coming out. Um, I have found though that when you start to work in bento, this is a funny thing, right? I was aware of the bento style. Um, I've just started doing videos on them in the last 2 or 3 weeks ish, and I have found that by doing bento style layouts, it's making me find different solutions. So, because all of a sudden, when you have pages or sections, right, containers, right, and then you have your layouts. You'll have your team layout, or your loop grid. And you might have your hero banner, whatever. We think like that. The minute you start to compartmentalize things, you think differently, and then you start to go, well, okay, we're going to do that, and we've added in some color, and we've got different images, but it's boring. It's more than you normally would show, but it also lacks a little bit of fluidity, or it lacks a little bit of movement. But you want to be really careful over entrance animations. You don't want to have too many things moving and jigged around and all of that. So you got to be a little bit careful with what you do with it. But it makes you think a bit more, because it's like going, right, let me explain. You got a room, right? And now all of a sudden you move into a room that is 4 times the size, because you could have 4 times the content. You can get a lot more on. Did you see how much I put on that bento layout on Monday? Normally, you never would have put all of that kind of info within like your one screen view, would you? Would you? You'd have it, it'd probably be like that. It'd probably be 3 or 4 sections. But now you're getting it there. And then you start to think, like, well, how do I stage it? How do I make it not fight for attention? How do I maintain a bit of spacing or freedom or white space? And it really does make you think differently. And I love that. It's making me go, right, let's do something different. But tomorrow, I do add a bit of movement, but I have also been a little bit careful as well. John says, anyone know a good business-to-business plugin that's compatible with Elementor and Translate Press? Now, this is funny. This is a funny one, John, because I've been speaking to someone about the Translate Press plugin. That's all I'm going to say. The Translate Press plugin does work with Elementor, though, doesn't it? Are you going to tell me it doesn't work? And when you say business to business, why would you need it to be business to business out of curiosity? Hey, Mia, how are you? How's Lena? How are the cats, dogs, birds, fishes, parrots, giraffe, and everything else you've got? Yeah, I think it should work. It should work, shouldn't it? It should work fine, I think. What was I saying? Yeah, so bento style layouts. I'm really like exploring other ways of how to build stuff, and it's opening my mind up to um, different types of layouts. And I I know it's a trend. Okay, bento is a trend, and it will die out. But then I look at it and go, was it ever a trend? It's more of a trend now because people talk about it more. But bento style has been out for a long, long time. It's just we didn't call it bento style. We just call it compartments, right? Um, but yeah, keep an eye out on those videos coming out um, with regards to how we can do a little bit more. How has your week been? In fact, how has your 2024 been? My 2024 has been pretty good so far. It's pretty exciting. Hey Artif, how are you? And I'm hoping it's going to get better, especially with the Elementor website course where we are. No Artif, I'm not on EV Mux today. I'm just on standard YouTube, which I never quite understand why YouTube Studio hasn't cracked the multi-streaming, multicam thing. Like you would have thought they would have worked it out. You can do it on the mobile. Where is my mobile, by the way? I don't even know where my mobile is. I think I've left it somewhere. But you know, it's it's okay on the mobile, but on the desktop you can't do multi-streaming. Multi-streaming. I said multi-streaming then. Kevin loves the bento style, working on 2 sites now with bento. How about you wait until tomorrow? Because I'm going to do something a little bit extra with it. And I feel like you might just want to wait until you see that one. Dave was planning a 3.2 video revisiting the mega menu, but we're still having a back and forth about some features. Yep. Has the mega menu changed though, Dave? Has it changed much? Unless I missed something, I didn't realize it had changed much. Unless you're going to tell me something about it. Maybe I didn't. I overlooked it and whatever. I do need to put in some time next week to record the WooCommerce lessons. Of all the lessons for our elemental course, the lessons I've been least excited to do have been the WooCommerce, mainly because I don't know how to explain it to you, but WooCommerce is great when you get, you know, when you do lessons for WooCommerce or tutorials. If that's the start of WooCommerce and then you get the settings and the payment gateway and all of that, then you do your products and your variations and attribute. You know, when you get to the stage here where you're now doing the product archive and the single product, so we're now at this stage towards the end. That's the exciting bit. Everything else before, like setting up, you know, your cart check, all of that, that is so depressingly boring. I hate it. I really, really, really do. Ah, yes, Dave, the accessibility. Of course, yes, you're right. They've said it is now more accessible. I haven't looked into that at the moment. Mia says she's on her mobile today. Have to switch to my computer to be able to. Ah, yes. Live chat on mobile is very weird and annoying. Sometimes you can scroll and do it, and sometimes you can't, right? So, John, when you say you're on 5G, is that because of your new phone or something? Are you on a new phone, or are you just like, have you got now like a brand new aerial on the top of your car? Or maybe you're at home. I don't know. What's going on? I've got to get a haircut tomorrow, and I'm not sure what to do with my hair anymore. Do you know that? I'm getting a little bit like I don't know what to do. So I have it kind of like flopped over like that a lot. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna go shorter, like you know, like even like with this fringe I've got here, which is like a slanted fringe. I'm considering slicing a lot of that all off so that I can flick it a bit more up or whatever, but I don't know what to do. Hey Mark, how are you doing? But yeah, haircut tomorrow, and I'm just not sure. I might take a bit off there or something like that. I was going to say something about the bento videos that I've been putting out, and it's completely gone from my mind, and it's bugging me because I was going to say something. There's the layouts, there's the animation. There was something I was going to do, and it is really, really, really bugging me at the moment. Yeah, I don't know. It's gone out of my head now. John has got a new phone, and whenever I come on here, I'm aware of the bandwidth, so I've upgraded for future Wednesdays. I have to be honest though. Today, I'm not doing the multi-live chat. I'm not doing that. But I am also wondering if I will continue doing multi-live chats going forwards as well. So today I'm not doing it because I didn't set up via EVMux. I forgot basically, and I went straight through YouTube. You got to schedule through EVMux if you're going to do the EVMux connections and all of that. You can jump in, but I've often found the minute you do that, it creates a duplicate live chat, and then yeah, you don't want to go there, right? Did that once by accident, and it meant I had to close one, get everyone to jump, and then that one failed, and it was like stuck in limbo land. And people were writing comments and saying, "Why aren't you replying?" And it was like, "Because I can't see them." But I am a little bit like in two minds about will I still continue the multi-live chat? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Do you want me to still do the multi-live chats? Do you want it to just be me? Do you want it to be me and Mark Harris? Do you want it to be me and Artif? The code snippets one will be multi-live chat in case we have any code snippets people coming on. Sorry, I keep rearranging my hot water bottle behind my back. The code snippets one will be multi-live chat because Verdi, other people might jump on, which makes it so much more fun, right? Just reading the comments. Mia, ask the hairdresser to make it longer. Huh? I'm not sure if I could make it. I mean, I'd have to grow my hair, Mia. Then it gets really messy because every morning after I've showered, I have to then get the straighteners out and I have to straighten my hair. If I don't straighten my hair, it starts to go like all over the place a little bit, to be honest. What's your dental routine? Your teeth are so white. My teeth, no, I just brush them. I mean, they're not completely white, and I have had. I'm just cleaning my teeth now. I have had like something to eat, but not completely white. I mean, look. And I've got a tooth missing. This fell out about 20 years ago. No lie, 20 years ago, this fell out. Here. See that tooth there? Right there. So I was at work and literally I felt something and it just went plop. I was like, what? What? Had to have a root canal done and everything. And up here, that one there is a crown. Funny story, right, about the crown. The dentist, and they were good dentists, but when they were doing the root canal, you know the drill bit, the tiny drill bit snapped off. It took 3 further appointments to get the drill bit out of my tooth. In fact, it was a tooth down here. It's this one here. And the root canal. Okay, so this is all John B's fault, right? He went and brought up the white teeth routine. I just brush my teeth in the morning, mate. Not with dental floss, but I do brush. Mia likes the multi-live chats. Eddie, just you, and sometimes it's fine to have guests. Randy, the more the merrier. John F would like it. Mia, gathering courage enough to be together with you. Nice one. John, the banter is why I take a break on Wednesday. So yes, it's worth it. So yeah, I mean, I'm in two minds about will I continue doing multi-live chats or not? Because what I find is that sometimes I'm very late on replying to comments, and it bothers me that I feel like because we get caught in conversation, there may be questions coming on which I fail to appreciate and answer, and I don't want to miss any of that. Haha, Mark. Of course, Mark, you would say that. You would say that. I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't know. Where's your face? But yeah, that too. Oh, hold on. Something just flashed up on my screen. Can you still hear and see me? Because YouTube just suddenly went lost connection. But I don't think we are. No, yeah, we're still live. What happened there? So I'm looking at something today, which again is related to the Apple website. Okay, something they do, something that IKEA's website does as well. IKEA do this, and Apple do this as well. And I'm using the code I released yesterday and today, in a way, because they're kind of today's code is an evolution of yesterday's code. And I'm now just gonna evolve it to do something completely different, I say. Um, yeah, no, I mean it's just sometimes I think I just missed a comment, and I'm umming and ahhing about will I continue multi-guesting or not. Um, there's always positives. It's always fun, but I'm umming and ahhing over it at the moment. But today, the reason I haven't done it is nothing to do with that. It's just I went and scheduled, realized like 20 minutes before I went live. Oh, hold on, I did it via YouTube Studio, not EV Mux, and I didn't want to start messing around because I could see people were waiting, and if I break it to reconnect it, it doesn't go well. A funny thing happened though. One person said to me that um, some of the code I've released, like today and yesterday, when would you use them? When would you use them? And I've had to kind of explain that where you use them is up to you. What I'm showing you, and you could argue it's like any code that anyone produces, is now down to you, right? All I'm doing is opening the door. I'm showing you the possibility of what you could do if you decide to use it. But you also got to think out the box, right? Ding! So today's video, I use a plus icon that rotates to reveal other item. That could be a button that does not rotate. So it's just a button. You click it, more stuff. Click it again, closes down, right? You could have a picture of a product. Imagine a product, right? Oh, I remember what I was going to say now. I'll explain in a moment. You could have a picture of a product, and then you might have show more, and then it goes and like swaps the content out to show you something else. And it might have a buy now bit as well. So not only does it swap it out or show you something bigger or smaller, but it's also got buy now. So they don't have to go to a shop page or a single product page, which you probably would have, but you're trying to make that quick conversion. You hook them, they want to read more or know more. There's a higher chance they might buy it. So you're opening the door to possibility. Now, as I said before, Monday I did the bento style layout. Tomorrow's video takes it a step further with the same layout. So we're going to take the same layout and we're going to tweak it a bit. But did you like what I did with the video? Who here saw the bento video I did on Monday? Hit yes, slam the like button, but hit yes. In fact, say yes bento. So if you saw Monday's layout video, can you put the word yes bento? Just so I know how many of you are awake. Mia says, I'm wondering how you're developed regarding your offerings, your focus on what you want to do and what you want to do compared. Yeah, okay, to be honest, Mia, I'm coming to this realization that I just don't enjoy working with clients. Clients back and forth, do this, do that. Look, it's income. I'm not going to lie. But now I prefer high premium clients because when you do a lot of website project, it gets. I hate it whenever clients go, "Oh, what about this and what about that?" And it means I spend less time developing and doing other stuff. And I find that being able to create new solutions that help you and others and myself is so amazing, right? I still am going to be using Elementor. I will be tinkering with bricks now and again, but at the moment I tend to focus more on Elementor. Eddie, Bento is the layout, right? Bento is a layout. Can I show you? I don't think I can show you. But yeah, Bento is a layout, right? I mean, look, right now behind me, we've got 3 screens, okay? There's 3 screens there, okay? Imagine this screen here was split into 2. So 1, 2, and then we got 3, and we got 4. Right, this is split into child container 1 and child container 2, maybe over here. You could have stuff here, stuff in here, stuff there, stuff there. Oh, I just feel like I stretched my muscle there doing that. Right? And lunchbox is what bento is. Yeah, right. So you've all seen that video, okay? You've all seen it. What did you think of that video? What did you think of the little video that I did? So I took a video that was 1920 by 1080. I went to Canva. I set the canvas size to be 500 by about 280. 500 by roughly 280. I popped the video on there. Remember, it's a 2.5 megabyte video. 2.5 megabyte. Right? It was 6 seconds, but it was 2.5 megabyte, right? Smaller canvas, and you save it. And then I used Adobe, which you can use for free. Do a search for Adobe Reverse Video. It's free. You just go in, you add your video, and then it creates a copy that's reversed. You know, crisscross, reverses it, right? You go back to Canva, and you add the reversed video. Because it's only 500 by 280 pixel, and it's now 6 seconds, that video, remember it's 2.5 megabyte, 140 kilobytes or 138, roughly 140 kilobyte. 140 kilobyte, little video, right? You add it to your media library, you add it to your container or your page, and it just loops. So it plays and it reverses. Play and reverse. Play, reverse. You are feeling sleepy. Right? Play and reverse. Just to add in, it's a very subtle bit of movement, but it's moving. It's playing. It's not a YouTube video. It's 138 kilobytes. That is smaller than some of the images people put on their page. That is smaller than some of the fonts you're loading up if you're doing TTF, which will be about 130, 140, 150 sometimes. What did you think of that? Because I think that if you need a full screen video, fine, then you got to go with full screen and think very carefully about how you do it. But if the video is only ever going to be that big with no facility to go to full screen, because it's just going to be that big, you know, just that big, that's all it is. It's only that big. What did you think of that solution? So far, no one has said anything. But I was quite proud of that because I was like, I want to put a video on. I want to add a bit of movement that connects back to Zoe, the person of interest. And I made sure the video was with her as well. So there's a pattern, right? You're selling the experience. Hey, she's a brand leader. She's going to help you with your branding and marketing, right? By adding in a video, suddenly we go from just being an image to movement. And I loved it. I thought it was pretty damn snazzy thing to do. Can I just check something? Can someone just quickly pop a comment in? Because I haven't had a comment for 2 minutes and I'm a bit worried. Have the comments dropped out? Can someone just drop in a comment? Just say, hey, just so I know the comments have not. I'm worried the comments have dropped out. They haven't dropped. We're still live, aren't we? We are still live. Yeah, we are live. Ah, you know what's happened? There you go. They've all flooded in. So what happened was, I can't explain why. All of a sudden, so I'm just going to check now. Oh, no, it wasn't. Everyone had stopped talking for a moment. So we're okay, everyone, all right? So yeah, if you saw that in the video, I hope that, again, gets you thinking like, right, my client wants a video. Does it have to be a full screen? No. It's only ever going to be like, I don't know, 400 pixels wide, and that's fine for the mobile as well. So why am I loading in a 1920 by 1080? Why? Do it to the canvas size. Maybe your video is going to be 300 by 300. Right, go to Canva, get the canvas, pop the video in, make sure it's 300 by 300, save it as an MP4 or whatever. There's online bits of kit that can compress, but make sure the quality is not affected because it can pixelate a bit. Then stick that in your media library and add it in, and it loads. It's not fetching it from YouTube. It's not fetching it from Vimeo or anywhere. But that's only for, when it's going to be a small bit of video. But again, things you can do to add a little bit of interaction to a web page without, I don't know, making it really heavy in size. Hey, Joey Cam. That's a cool name, actually, Joey Cam. Joe Cam, even, not Joey, Joe Cam. Joe Cam. Sounds like joke, am. I was wondering if you would recommend using posts or just containers if you're creating a vast number of micro blog posts with just a picture and caption. You could just use a loop grid, I suppose. I mean, look, if you're just going to have a post with images and a caption, just use loop grid. Depends on what you're using. Is this with Elementor or some other solution? Regardless, though, you could just use the loop grid, right? And then you just pull through your post and your caption to look how you want. Yeah, that's basically it, really. And unless you're trying to do something else, because you do say micro blog post, and I just feel like, okay, here's something else to think about then. If the content is really small, therefore it doesn't need a single post page, right? So imagine like Twitter with Tumblr or whatever, right? When you have like a Twitter feed, you wouldn't need to click on a tweet to see a page dedicated to that tweet, would you? Unless you had comments. If you got comments, I get it, because then you want to see the comments. But if it's just like, image and a bit of text or whatever, you could, if you want, have a loop grid, right? Have a masonry effect, because some images and content might be bigger or smaller, like that, staggered brick effect, because it's the masonry, so you don't go for equal height. It's all in Elementor, the loop grid. You could do that. And you just make sure that you haven't got like the title or the image linking to the post URL. Therefore, when they clicking it won't do anything unless you want it to do something. Yeah, unless you want it to do something. So I think that's what you meant by micro blog post. Am I close? Because when you say like Tumblr, I don't use Tumblr. I have a washing drying machine with a tumble dryer built in. Super cool. I got that, but I don't use Tumblr, so from memory, I can't even really remember what Tumblr looks like, because I don't engage in a lot of stuff. Like I don't do Snapchat. I don't really do Insta. Got an account. I don't use it much. I don't do Pinterest. Don't do Tumblr. What was the other one? Begins with M. What's it called? Begins with M. I always forget the name. The one that's meant to take over Twitter. What is it? Begins with M. Mastodon. I don't use Mastodon. Never used MySpace. So yeah, I am out of touch. But then I kind of go, I only use what I know I need to use that works with the audience and the businesses I work with. Why does Elementor does not have taxonomy loop grid? It does, Osman. The taxonomy filter is there. So you go in and ensure you've enabled it in the Elementor features, and then the taxonomy filter is there. However, it's not the greatest filter. There are better ways to do it. So it's not the greatest, but it does work if you've got categories and multiple categories. it does need refinement. Yeah. Just to make it ultra useful. But yeah. I hit the nail on the head. Hey Joe, make sure you hit like. Make sure you let your friends know about our channel, my dear friend. You hit the nail on the head, and thank you so much. I do for the community. Your efforts have helped out. Like, that's the reason I do it, Joe. Okay, I mean, at the start of the live chat, I was talking about how much free time am I giving away, left, right, and center, and I sometimes get wound up with how many meetings and how much stuff I do for what. But doing the videos, doing like the live chats, being able to hopefully direct or just not give you the solution, but give you something that makes you go, ah, yes, I'll try that. Something like that is always, I feel like I made a difference. MAD, MAD, made a difference. Raptor 7, removing social media off my phone has been one of the thing is though, Raptor, I don't think I could live without Facebook. Has been brilliant for group interaction engagement, right? Prior to that, it was always like hit and miss with do you want to stay on Facebook or not? Because it was more about friends and family. But group-wise interaction, engagement, really good. You can't fault it for how it evolved. Twitter used to be great. Now it's more of a keyboard warrior slanging contest, but I do still use it. LinkedIn is where you want to be with your businesses, really, because you can make some good business connections there. Taxonomy loop grid. The taxonomy does work. I mean, oh, sorry, you mean a taxonomy loop grid as in a category, right? Okay, yes. I am going to look at a solution for that because I'm going to be doing something with the WooCommerce thingy-midgy when I come to do those lessons. So I will share something on there. Yeah, I get what you mean now. Sorry, I read it as Dave got it, and I get what you mean now. Category images. I need to check something because you can do something with the current loop grid. You can do something. I just need to double check before I share or create that video. Raptor, I can't stand all the University 7. Oh, do you know what? Raptor? They're all talking out of their arse, okay? They're all over YouTube. They're all over TikTok. They're all over everywhere. I'm successfully running a 7-figure business, but I'm not gonna. You got to sign up before I tell you how. I'm going to show you how I went from nothing to making $10,000 every day. But you got to sign up for how. I'm going to show you how to write emails that will get you unlimited business. But you got to sign up for how. If you're so friggin' successful, right? Yeah, you would not be worried about people signing up. You would not be worried about subscriptions. You would not be worried about sending out emails and then making sure people paid or subscribed and all of that. You wouldn't give two flipping shits about any of that, okay? And I just hate how many people get sucked into that. Yeah, we've got a how to start a business website, business course. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we've got how to build a website as well with loads of other stuff. Yeah, I don't lie about that. But nowhere do we say you're going to be a millionaire with it or anything, because that is down to you and the people you work with. Eddie is right. LinkedIn is... The trouble with LinkedIn is it's either too businessy or too silly. I am fed up of reading posts where people go, I dropped out of school. My family threw me off a cliff. I crashed my car. Went to the moon. Had no oxygen. Opened my fridge. Found a pot of fungi and mold. Had to eat it. Microwaved it's actually quite okay. You wouldn't know. You just pretend it's broccoli. And they give you all this bullshit, okay? And I'm sorry to swear, but it is a load of bullshit, right? What can we do to really make you feel sorry? What can I say? And then all of a sudden, but now I've got an 8-figure business and I'm doing really well. And I sort of go, pull the other one, right? John, Brick's recent product post filtering is really good. Yeah, I felt that when I first went into Bricks, their filtering system for the post and the product and the fact you had the color and all of that and the variations was really, really smart. And I always hoped that Elementor would do that too. And I feel like the current taxonomy filter we got, it's okay, but we got to go beyond okay, right? I need it to do more. Like just basics, right? WooCommerce attributes and variation. Come on. Just get that in so that I don't have to always use Grid Builder or another third party to do some just a little bit extra funky filtering for my post or my products. That's it, right? You do that, and then Elementor is much more rounded in terms of the filtering, you know? But that's what we need to do. Osman's waiting for the video. Well, yeah. I will. I need to double check something. In fact, I'm going to make a note of that to myself. Let me just add it to my list. Hold on a moment. Let me. I can't. Where's my Notion gone? There it is. I just need to add it to my Notion list. All right. So I'm just going to add it here and just put category loop. It's already part of my Woo thing, but I need to make sure I might do one specifically for the loop. I just need to double check something because I remember there was a bit of work to be done, and I don't like it when you have to do too much work. I like to keep it simple, which is why the video I did today and yesterday, if you felt it was too complicated, can you let me know? Because I tried to simplify it in the two containers, you give them an ID. The icons, you give them an ID. Then you drop the code in. And then it should just work for you. Nico, I don't understand your blog single post template. Do you have a front where what? Because in your video is your picture in front of it. What? What? Which video are you for bricks? That video is probably is quite an old one now, but when you say you don't understand it, which bit don't you understand? The building or the how it was created? You're gonna have to clarify that one, or you gotta drop it in as a comment in the video, because it might be better if you let me know which video and also let me know which bit. So what was the timestamp? So I can now be a bit more specific about that particular bit. Manav, which one of the best themes for blogging? Hello. And rank math, right? I know people that have used Nev and they regret it. I know people that have used Ocean WP and they regret it. So the best theme for blogging is down to what quick solution do you want. Some themes give you everything built out. Yeah, but I don't know what you want, Manav. I don't know what look, feel, filter you want, right? It's like me saying to someone, what's the best steak and kidney pie? Well, do you want it ready-made? Do you want it to microwave it? Do you want to stick it in the oven? Does it have to be a pucker pie? Does it have to be super big, super small? More gravy, less gravy, more steak, less kidney? I don't know. So to say what is the best theme for blogging, you need to answer that question for yourself. But hello, loop grid, rank math, dun 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 dun. Right, you could do that. Exactly what Eddie says. You don't need a special theme, right? You know, you could use cadence. You know, again, you know, what Eddie says there is right. But I always bring people back to what are you trying to show? What are you trying to achieve? Because it's too easy to say, yeah, go for that one, that plugin, that theme. But is that what you wanted? And Google, Template Monster, Envato, it's not that difficult to go and find a theme that's going to tick your boxes. So the message I have is, just like I spent a total of 4 hours last week and a bit on Sunday to make the code do what I wanted the code to do. So today's video was 4 hours of me researching and messing around. Then it was recording, then editing. But that, prior to recording, 4 hours. If I'm going to spend 4 hours trying to achieve something that I did not even think I could do, then you should also spend 1 hour or half an hour researching the theme you want. I can't be more blunt than that, can I, everyone? Was that a bit blunt? Was that harsh? Is that me just being realistic here? Right? You know, I mean, come on. Some of the stuff that, like, I do, Ferdy does, Paul does, Dave, Jeffrey, other people, Andrea, Mr. Beast, all these people out there. Consider how much time we've spent behind the scenes looking and researching and experimenting before we come up with our video. Dave Den, he does videos. Do you think he just does it like that? Or does he spend time prepping, researching, thinking about, what am I going to do? Eddie does blogs. Eddie, how long do you spend prepping or writing your blog or researching it before you write that damn blog? How long, Eddie? Go on, Eddie, tell me. How long do you spend? So if people are expecting me to come up with an answer, I sometimes if I know the answer, I'll tell you. You know I will. But sometimes I feel a little bit like, get off your ass and work it out yourself, right? Dave, how long? Dave, you know when you do your videos? By the way, Dave, I was looking at bento loop grids, and I came across your video, and I've already devised something. The code is different, but it's a little bit like your code as well. But I'm sure you appreciate the code was always going to be roughly similar, but not completely. But Dave, how long do you spend? Right? You've done some videos recently, Dave. How long did you spend prepping before you started recording and thinking about it? So whenever someone says to me, what theme should I use? What plugin should I use? If I know it, I'll tell you. But deep, deep down, there's a bit of me that goes, do the flipping hard work, right? Go and Google. Go and have a search. Go and ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT and Bard and all of these solutions will probably know the answer. In fact, I've just realized the light's a bit dim here. Let me put the light back up a bit. All right, go and ask them. They'll help you out. Eddie needs a day for blogging. Right? A day. Just for what, Eddie? How many words? 300 words? 500 words? Right? Something that someone's going to skim read in like 30 seconds? That's a day of his life gone. Dave, it takes him quite a while. A couple of days testing and researching. See what Dave just said there? Right? The amount of stuff we have to juggle on top of the day job, the web design, the client work. When people say I'm struggling to get clients, we have to get clients too. We have to do proposals. You add all of that up together, it is not always fun. And if anyone out there that thinks we're rolling in money, you'd be surprised, because we're not. Osman, sometimes I feel hard to find exact file or theme which is responsible for page of where I know that. What? 2,000 words. Joe, how viable do you think it is creating a social media website through WordPress? Why? So question here, Joe, is why? Tell me more. You say a social media website. Is this for people to go from Facebook and Twitter to your website to find out more about you? Or is this because you want to create another social media website and you hope people sign up? Because unless you've got millions and millions and millions of dollars to advertise and market and build up the security, right? Do you really want to get in there? And data protection, and have moderators, and do loads of other stuff. Have you got the backing and the resources to do all of that? Because like you've just asked a question, have I ever tried creating it? You have to consider a lot more than just how we'll just have a member WordPress website. Now, if that is a niche website, so let's say this is going to be for people that love to eat their fingernails, right? You create a website for people that eat fingernails, and they're going to be members, and they all share pictures of their fingernails, like, right? A niche subject, maybe it could work. But data protection, all of this stuff, securities, you know what? Yeah, load of work. Right, everyone, we've been live for 1 hour, 1 minute. I want to say thank you to everyone. I'm going to sign off in 1 minute. I hope you're enjoying the videos. Please do watch today's video. It's mind-blowing, and it opens the door to getting you to think differently about what you could do. I know, Mia, you're thinking about the fingernail video now, aren't you? The channel. You're going, oh, I'll sign up for that. You know, maybe you know people who eat their dog's nails or cat nails. Ooh. Maybe there's loads of people out there. If it's a niche area, you could start a membership. Sharing photos and stuff. Ooh. Raptor 7 in cPanel, you can install a YouTube thingy and make your own YouTube. Yeah, I mean, there's stuff you could do. Thanks, Maddie. You take care too. There's stuff you could do, but you got to think about the world now is so explosive with hacking, stuff being shared, content that is not appropriate, things that can be exploitative. You can't just say, oh, I'll create a member website. You got to think now a little bit about what is the basis of it and how secure and all of that you got to be. There's so much more to think about. Okay, everyone, I'm going to say thank you. I'm going to jump off now. Take care. I'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. UTC, code snippets dedicated live chat. We're going to talk a little bit about code snippets, and we might have some guests on there. I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye. Ciao. Oh, Raheem's come over to say hi.
Bye.
With his legs. Can I just say for one moment? Get back over here. He's never watched a single Lakeside game. But because it's Los Angeles, and he has a fascination with Los Angeles, I got nothing to say. Get out of here. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.